Welcome to a special edition of the Computer Outlook Radio Talk Show with John Iasulo and Sharon Fry. The special editions are brought to you from live remotes at premier events. Listen to the interviews as John, Sharon, and their guests introduce to you their latest products and technologies. And now, here are the hosts of the Computer Outlook Radio Talk Show, John and Sharon.
Hello and welcome to the show. This is your host, John Iasulo. Yes, this is the Computer Outlook. This is day 2 of the Impact 2011 from IBM. And we're at the Venetian Resort Hotel Casino. And it is just as busy today as it was. You know, I'm amazed that, last year I think they said they had somewhere around 5,500 people attend this.
Right.
This year they're well over 8,000.
Yeah.
So what's that telling us? That's telling us that, people are ready to do business.
That's right.
The IT industry, as we've been saying for the last couple of years during this wonderful little lull that we've had in the United States, called a recession, that the IT industry was going to be the industry that was going to pull us out. And I really believe that from the beginning, and I believe it even more today, and I'm delighted to see so many people here. And the fun part is that we're meeting a lot of interesting companies. Who doesn't want to be associated with a name like IBM?
Oh, definitely.
Any companies out there that wants to make, get a name for themselves, or, the possibility of an acquisition or whatever comes along those lines is great, and it's wonderful. Mm-hmm. So that's really cool. We are sitting with us Charles R. Rich, Vice President of Marketing and Product Management for Nastel. How you doing?
Hi, I'm doing well. Pleased to meet you, too.
Is it going to be Charles or?
Charlie.
Charlie?
Yeah, that's
Charlie
what they
Rich.
call me.
Charlie says.
Now we can say
Oh, my goodness.
Charlie Rich.
Charlie says. All right.
There's a trip down memory lane.
Yeah. That's actually my favorite candy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Good and plenty.
Oh, yeah, buy my 5-pound bag. Sure.
It reminds me of the movies on Saturday afternoons.
Yeah, there you go. See, a lot of people don't appreciate that stuff. Yeah. I remember when we used to go to movies, and if you went to watch the Dracula movie, Dracula was in the movie house.
Yes.
You went to see the Three Stooges, they were in the movie house.
Yeah.
Movie house, not theater.
Yes.
Tell me about Nastel. What's Nastel all about?
Nastel Technologies is a software company.
Okay.
And what we do is we provide software to monitor the performance of business applications, the middleware, like IBM's WebSphere MQ, that interconnects them together, and the transactions that they invoke. Now, these are for large companies where these applications are business critical. And surprisingly enough, these firms don't always have the visibility they need to see exactly where things are now, what's going wrong, and fix it quickly.
Give me an example.
Sure. Common applications are payment or trading applications.
Okay.
So a payment might be processed, and a customer might say, gee, I thought my payment was done, yet I haven't heard anything back yet. A call might go into IT, and it's very, very difficult to relate what they're seeing on the IT level to what a customer knows of as a payment. And that customer could be another business.
Right.
Our software is following, if you will, everything that happens in IT, building a map of that, and measuring that against performance. And when there's a problem, it tells you where that is, and it also provides the visibility to explain why something went wrong. Now, what makes it really interesting and adds another dimension, we built something called a complex event processing engine. And that sounds very complicated, but really it's a way that we can predict problems. Because if you think of a timeline of cost, as soon as a problem occurs, that's the least cost and the least impact. As time goes on, the users are impacted.
Compounds, doesn't it?
Yeah, they think of it as a cascading problem. Like in a utility or anything, starts off small, it gets worse and worse and worse. Well, the best thing to do from a business perspective is to find that early, before there's impact to the user, the business process, the firm, the partners. What we built into this allows our customers to predict a problem. And in this way, they can minimize the damage and even prevent the impact.
It's amazing to me. Here comes one of my Yogi Berra things. As I sit
Yogi Berra or Yogi Berra?
Yogi Berra. I'm sitting and listening to what you're saying, and my mind is going, and I'm saying, we go through such evolutions in our life, in the business world in particular. Now we're so high tech. But what you basically just said is, in the old days, what people used to say is, keep your dirty laundry in your own house. And that's what you're doing for customers, aren't you? You're letting them find their problems before it gets out to the public.
In a way, that's a very good way to describe that. That's really true.
Yeah.
It's It's not necessarily the embarrassment. Certainly in a regulatory environment it could be.
Sure.
But it's the cost. The meter, think of it as the meter. You're in a taxi cab, and this is ticking. Except the cost, instead of being $5, $10, is $1 million, $2 million.
Yeah.
We've had customers that have lost multi-million-dollar orders.
Oh.
Now, the embarrassment's one thing, because that causes customer...
But the financial
attrition.
impact.
The financial impact. Because
yeah.
it isn't just bad to lose it. The longer you've lost it, it just gets worse.
And you don't get it back.
That's right.
You don't get it back. Because usually, with the world as we see it today, and the competition, as you're well aware of out there, and what's going on out in the world, you got one shot. If you don't get that shot, if you don't take care of it the first time, you're done. Right.
And not only have you lost that order, but any future orders from that customer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's very interesting. This falls into what I call visibility. Now, if you don't mind, I'll give you a little anecdote. When I was a young kid, I had trains. And I wasn't very good at putting this together, but the trains would go into a tunnel and invariably not come out. Probably because I didn't nail them down very well. But in order for me to figure out what...
Do we need to, call the FBI on you?
No, these were HO trains.
Okay.
So I invariably, to find out what was going on, I'd have to pick up that tunnel and go, oh, it came off the rail or disconnected or whatever.
Right.
Well, the same thing happens in IT. There are areas where it's opaque, and they have no idea. So a transaction goes in. If it comes out, well, everything's fine. If it comes out on time, it's fine. But when it doesn't, they don't know.
Right.
So they get everybody in a room, high-priced folks, and they have a session.
And they say, what happened?
And except these sessions can last 17 hours.
Yeah.
Because everyone's going, well, it's not the web. It's not the network.
Yeah.
It's not the app server. It's not this. However, applications don't care about silos. They span across, just like my train did. And you need to have visibility everywhere. And the surprising fact is these firms don't. They have great depth of visibility in certain silos, but in other areas, what's the saying? It goes dark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It goes dark. So what our software does is it provides that light.
That's cool. I'm like it's simple.
I like the way you put that. Mm-hmm.
That's simple. The way you just described it now, it's simple.
Good.
So you're there, and you want to be something before they put the Band-Aid on a cut.
Yes.
You want to prevent the cut.
We don't want you to get hurt.
Yeah,
That's right.
There you go. There you go. You don't want that cut to happen in the first place, do you?
Yes. You got it.
Now, how long have you been doing this?
Well, Nastel has been around about 16 years.
Cool.
Our founder, David Mavashev, worked on one of the early ports of IBM MQ series to a mainframe operating system, and he realized right away, this is really interesting software and it's going to be widely used, but there's nothing out there to monitor or manage it. And his idea was, let's start a company with that as the original goal. And he was successful, branched out to support lots of middleware, Java mainframe applications, such as CICS or KICS, and has been very successful in building a company to provide that visibility and that way of preventing problems.
Now, are you part of the IBM family?
You bet. You bet. We're an advanced partner for IBM.
Okay.
We're also a member of the WebSphere Global User Community and the WebSphere User Group. And we also belong to something called Destination Z.
Ooh.
And
that sounds like Area 51 out here.
I can't say any more or I'll get in trouble.
Yeah, we're both going to die now.
Right. But you can see here, though you won't see it on the radio, the pin. And this is from it's a new group. Right now it's IBM and business partners only, but it's growing later this year, I believe, to include customers as well. And it's a way to bring together into community folks who use the IBM mainframe. Because you might think that's old technology, but it's not. That's a very, very powerful server providing tremendous value, and vendors like Nastel and others that support that are meeting together and try to further its growth. So we work very closely with IBM in a number of ways.
So even though mainframe technology is old in that it's been around a long time, it's not obsolete.
Oh, no. It's getting better every day. And Nastel monitors applications that run in that environment, which helps in us being a close partner and providing value to IBM customers.
Now, you used a term earlier, middleware.
Mm-hmm.
Can you kind of describe that to some of our listeners that maybe have not
Absolutely.
grasped that?
Well, you think of software and applications, and, we all think of something I'm going to run on my PC, or something that's got a screen, where I look at a user interface. Mm-hmm. And they have that in business as well. Imagine someone trading stocks.
Right.
I've been on trading floors. While much of it, or many